Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Clarified Moments. Small hiatus. You have to excuse the Wolfgang facial hair. I'm gonna get cleaned up in a bit. I had to make a run. But again, I took a moment. You guys understand I do that from time to time, and I just had to jump on here real quick just to point out some things about what's going on. Hopefully you've seen my storyline on Facebook and Instagram. I put up the young lady crying from Afghanistan, young Afghan woman, crying about what is to come in Afghanistan. And for those who don't know what's been going on, the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, however you want to pronounce it, is taking over Afghanistan. American troops dipped because of Joe Biden. And President Trump actually had this planned as well. But I don't know if he would have executed it the way that we just executed under this leadership. But in any event, it's the most idiotic thing that I've seen thus far. Now, I've seen a lot of idiotic things that have taken place under this presidency, under this president. I mean, it's one failed thing after another. I mean, if dude was gambling, he need to leave. He need to leave the table. Like it's a wrap, dude. You got a bad hand. You got a dark cloud over your head. I don't know what it is, but don't make no more decisions. Better yet, how about just leaving in place some of the decisions that work? But you can't do that. But you talking about the border wall. You're talking about inflation. And I don't care what people say, we experiencing inflation. Prices going up everywhere you go. Gas prices, groceries. You talk about the unemployment rate, and it ain't even about availability, job availability. Because there's jobs back, but nobody don't want to go to work because everybody done got comfortable with chilling at the crib, getting a check. This administration is the most idiotic administration I've seen in quite some time. I just drop a ball, one mishap after mishap. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm literally looking at these videos of these folks running for their life. And you know, I thought about something today. And this is the point I want to make. This is going to be short and brief. America has its problems. You know, obviously we're not a perfect country. But everybody wants to come here. Everyone. That should tell you something. On top of that, if you look at the most extreme version of Islam, Sharia Law, which is what, from what I understand, Al-Qaeda, however you pronounce it, and the Taliban want to enforce or want to implement in Afghanistan and ultimately throughout the world, it closely, if not exactly, resembles slavery. Some of the same things that they were doing in that time, in slavery times, they're doing it right now. Live, right now, in living color. But no one is at uproar about it. And so my question is this. All these things that we promote here in America, mind you, We have a lot of immigrants coming here. A lot of immigrants want to come here. I mean, of course, look at the border. But all over the world, we have immigrants trying to come here. Let me make sure I'm phrasing this correctly. If we're focused on equity, equality, inclusion, we're focused on an equitable outcome, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. We're focused on opportunity, women's rights. We're focused on anti-racism. All these social justice warriors, they talk about humanity and morality, or some sense of morality here in America. We talk about that all the time. What I'm trying to figure out is, does it just count here in America? Or can it count throughout the world? If a person's life matters here in America, can that same person's life matter if they didn't stay here in America? Because what I see is, again, all these so-called social justice warriors, they're not saying a thing. Quiet. Because you don't mean what you say. You're just jumping on the talking points. You're just going along just to get along. You're just operating in zombie-like thought. Because you can't look over there in Afghanistan and see that young lady crying and not think about, what if that was my daughter? What if that was excuse me. What if that was my niece, my sister, my aunt? Like that's a human being, obviously. But that's a woman who's crying because what she's about to potentially experience, which is what we're fighting here to a certain extent. And I'm saying, I'm pointing that out, but just in general, with any inequality, equity, oppression, like all these things that the talking points of today here in America is happening throughout the world, and we're so adamant about here in America about these things, and they're not even happening. They're happening if they're happening at all, they're happening to a lesser extent compared to the world, but we don't say nothing. We're not speaking out against that. My heart aches. My heart dropped when I saw that. Because I'm thinking about my grandbabies. I'm thinking about my daughters. No one should have to experience this. And us being the police of the world, that's a whole nother talking point. All I'm saying is, if we're going to jump up and down and scream and shout about the so-called injustices here in America, we need to have that same energy when it's happening somewhere else. Lebron James love to jump up and down when it's so-called oppression being acted out against black and brown people, as they like to say. But he won't say nothing about the oppression that's being put upon child labor. or children in the form of child labor in China. Well, supposedly they making shoes. I wonder if they're making those same shoes that you selling. The $250 plus shoes that you're selling. That's a part of your $1 billion business brand. You guys take care. I just wanted to jump in, give you guys something to think about, give you a clarified moment, promote some clear conscious thought. Be safe. You guys take care. And I'll check in soon. Some more videos coming soon again. Just had to take a moment. As you guys know, I take a moment from time to time just to reevaluate, just to talk to my God and see what direction he needs me to go in. But I thought it was quite important, especially right now with what's going on in Afghanistan, to chime in and give you my point of view, or my point of clarity, as I like to call it.
اهمیت هستیم، چون که توی ایران افغانستان به دنیا آمدیم. من نمیتونم یک لحظه حتی اشکام رو نگه دارم. مجبورم هی تمرینشون کنم تا درستم یه همچین ویدیویی رو بگیرم. کسی به ما اهمیت نمیده و ما توی تاریخ هم می‌بینیم. خیلی خنده دار.